Hey guys, on the Civic EF hatch, you can see what we're up to, all welded. So I need to do this bit now, so I need to fix all this bit and I will need to shine a torch through and go back over all the wee bits and get it. So I'll just get this bit here to do now. We'll get all the rust as well, any more bits of rust that we find chopped out at that's more sinister anyway. We'll get the sill welded on, so we've already zinc coated it all, and then we'll need to get the cap out of hoover because I mean look at state it, you know what I mean? So we'll need to get the cap out as well. So let the original brake pipes go. See, nothing wrong with them, nothing wrong with those original brake pipes. If they were on the outside of the vehicle they'd be gone by now, gone. So we have obviously all this to fix before we can get to that. So that's the bit we really want to get to be honest with you. I don't know what's happened there with that tyre, that was not me. So I suspect some rodent, maybe, something's happened there, that was the me, I didn't put that there. So something's happened, it's landed there, it's probably been up there and something's went into it, fallen over. Big rodent or something. So there you go, that's what we've got to do. A little bit, little few bits up here we need to tidy up. But the rest of it under here is all good, so it's just like surface corrosion. We'll get the subframes off it and we'll get them blasted. The shot blaster there, so we'll get all those blasted. And probably be honest with you, that metal bin. This is a bit here, I've just been setting the welder up. Just obviously this is a different material, so I'm just wanting to make sure we can actually bond onto it quite tight, and we have, so don't worry about that, it's just test purposes. This was really what I was looking at here, so I'm wanting to make sure we have penetration, so we have penetration and that's what we're looking for. So, and you can see what that's done to that already, so you need to clean up your welds. So I'm happy I've got the welder set up to where I want it anyway, and then there's all that side still to do. So, fun and games, these projects. Got the big bad boy lighting inside, just shining through, so as we can see, obviously my light's then reflecting back on it, but I can see with my eye where the dots of light are coming through, so you can just see them, the dots of light. So we'll go around it all, and then obviously we know we need to fix this bit, and then we'll beef up this bit again, and I'll add some more weld in there. We'll weld this down here as well, so that's all welded solid, so that there's no gaps and hopefully no water gets in as well. So that's the plan anyway, that's the plan. So we'll crack on here and start welding this machine, this 1990 Honda Civic. Right, so we're letting all those bits cool down. We've got the bits that were showing light through and moved on into here now, so I've just welded down in there, so you can see right away as soon as you start welding, all oxidises. So my dad had spot welded all these plates in, so I'm just going to zip them all together, re-zinc it all, seal everything on it, and we'll wax oil all of this before we put any covers or anything like that on it. I can't remember if there's covers under here, I don't think there is, so we'll just get some of that nice stone chip white, I think, and do it all with that. So stay tuned guys, this is a very long project, these and welding cars. You can't buy any of this anymore, you can't buy the outer quarters, so we're making it all. So fun and games these projects, man, and we'll eventually get to the big engine, we'll eventually get to the good bits. Right, so I've cut and shaped a little bit of metal in there. I've also stitched all that in. I'll need to try and get some small wire brush in there to get rid of all the oxidisation. I've got more up there to do as well, so we'll try and make it all one piece of metal. So up to there, and then I've just put the sill on now just for size it up. I'll need to put this on, modify the sill, put the door on, make sure everything's alright, clamp it all up, check, make sure everything's okay, door opens and shuts okay and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll then need to weld it, so and even then we might need to manipulate things as well, so that you start welding things, you start heating, they distort. I mean, look at how thick this metal is. Same with here. That's why they're so fast, so light, and this is what happens in Scotland. Rust. So we'll try and make it as solid as we can. we're getting this bit welded in now, and then I'll need to make another little piece, but probably be one of these little pieces that we've been trimming off of it, to be honest with you, and we'll just put it all together, jigsaw it, and then we'll buff it all down. I want it to all look good as well in here. I know you don't really see this bit, but I want this bit to look as close to how it was, so we'll buff all of this down, we'll make all this nice, and we'll get the white eggshell chutes, and we'll shoot it all. Obviously we'll clean all this dirt off it, we might soda blast it all, and then we'll shoot it all so it's all nice. So the whole thing will be painted, the whole thing will get a respray. Alright, so you can see we're up to here. We've blown a hole, so I've dug all the seam sealer out here, so we can get a nice weld in there. Let me see if we can put a wee plate on it. I think somebody's just come in there. I should be able to get in there. Yeah, so I'll be able to get in there and put a wee something on it. Yeah. So, there you go. So, the jigsaw's nearly complete on this inside, and then I'll need to do that bit my dad told me about to do. There. Make a strengthening plate for it. So, that plate's in, and we're back onto this bit, so we're going to run a bead down here, just to join all that together, make sure that's solid. We need to take all these welds back. We'll probably get another wee plate inside there, maybe, just to beef that up, because there's a wee hole there appeared. So, then we need to join all this up now as well, all in there, so join all those. We don't have to be honest with you, but I'm just trying to make this corner solid, so we'll just keep dotting it all together up to there, and we'll make it all solid, and we'll get all that buffed in, get it all shoots, and we'll start tackling this bit next. So, just when you think you're getting to the end of the tunnel, you come across another hole, so we've buffed another hole there. So we're going to shape it with the flap disc so that fits in there nice, and it fits into there, and then we'll shape this bit of metal as we go, because it's a really awkward bit. So we're just going to work away at it and see how it goes. You can see we've taken these welds down, taking the welds down there, put that plate on. We'll flap those down. I don't want to be able to see the welds, so, and obviously you're not going to see all of this, but I've taken them down just so once the shoots is over it, hides all that welding. So, hello, hi there. We've shaped a wee plate for that bit. It's over there drying. We've painted it as well, so we'll start welding it once it's dried. So we're going to tackle this wee bit now, so you can see it's just soft there. So we've buffed it down, and we're going to cut a bit of metal and weld it into here, flatten it all down, just to be fat bit up. There's a big steel box section in there, and up there as well. That bit's not quite as bad. Not quite as bad, that bit, so we might leave that bit. We also need to fix this bit. This is going to be incredibly difficult, so you'll see how we do that in a minute. So 4 hours later, I've shaped that bit of metal to go into there. Obviously I know you can't see these bits, but I'm a perfectionist, man. So we'll get that magneted onto there. Somehow or another. I'm going to give that a little zinc actually. I'm going to weld this other bit. Aye, so in there like so. And then once it's all dotted together, we'll try and buff it down so you don't know it's there. So that's that bit for that. Don't know what I'm going to do with that bit yet, if we're going to do anything. I don't know, because there is that big bit of box section in there. I don't know. I might leave that bit. You can see the box section there. Don't know yet. So we'll put a little bit in there, and we'll go and weld this corner I think now, so you can see we've painted all that outside. That'll all need filled. We all need to just, there's a wee bit in there. I think what we'll just put that bit back in and weld onto that. We're just blowing holes there, so you can see there's a couple of wee pinholes in it, so another one there maybe. So the rest we've kind of got all the pinholes. I think I will shine the torch through just to make sure, and then obviously I'm going to do this bit, and then I've got the rest of that to do. So it's to be continued, man, always. Right, so we've got a magnet holding a little bit of metal in there. We've painted that bit as well, and we've done that bit there. So we've done all that corner where the hole was, no more of a hole. So I've shaped that in there, so it's hopefully once it's all shoots, it all looks good. And then blasted a hole, so we had to put another bit inside. So aye, getting there, man. It's 400,000 hours just in that corner, so we'll be another 100,000 in this. So probably about 100,000 hours just on this side, and then we'll start tackling our side. It should only take us 2 minutes our side. 2 minutes, it'll be done. Okay, so we've done that bit in there. I've got that bit welded in. We'll get it all painted, and we're making a bit for in here. So we're gonna buffing it down with a flap disc just to make it fit nice in there. See how we go with that. Yeah, it's me now ready for the sill. I think I've not went near these bits yet, man. Worried about that bit. It's a hard bit to do as well. So yeah, sharp bit there. So getting there, man. Getting there. But so obviously we've did a lot bit. I need to get that coat of paint now actually. So there's the rust. And really we just need to try and put the, I think we'll need to put the door on it, and we'll need to put the wing on, which is up the stairs. So I'll need to put the wing on, I'll need to put the door on it and adjust it all, and then maybe on and off about a million times with this sill till we get it all sitting right before we actually start welding it. So getting there, and then we'll get the rest of the car. So jeez, man, why did I start this again? Guys, so we're back on the Honda. We have a slight modification to make around about here, just so as the sill fits. I have panel beated that bit in and buffed it down a bit here, and it is a bit better, but we're just hitting here, so I think we maybe just need to maybe take a wee bit off of that. Just, it's not much, it's nearly there. So you can see this bit here as well, it's well rotten, so it's not going to get any better that. So what my plan is I've already shaped a bit of metal, and I'll put that up there and beef that bit up a bit, and I have shaped it as best I can. Obviously we'll need to put a hole in it to put the moulding back on. Maybe no, maybe just you know, bond it if need be, but we could put a hole in it and put that back in it. So we're going to see if we can get that welded up into here, just to tidy that bit up because it's rotten. Just shows there's actual metal there, and you can see we've zinced it all. We'll need to paint all this car. Probably about 2 ton of wax on it as well, protect it. So there you go. So nearly there. Every time I say I'm nearly there with the sill, then we find it just doesn't fit quite right. So we'll need to get this all in place and maybe, you know, screwed on or riveted or something, and maybe put the door on it and just make sure everything's shutting before we go and weld. Because once it's welded, then we're stuck really, or we need to take it all back off, and I don't really fancy flat discing on the welds done. So we'll try and get it perfect before we weld it. So thanks for watching. Haven't already, hit the thumbs up. It's an incredibly long process this, so hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and you never know, it might be done this millennia. So you can see I've welded that from the inside there. I've put a little plate on in there, and I'm going to put some welds on here, so you can see I've dressed that up in there and put that on in there. I shall put something up the back here, hold that tight into there, and then I'll put a wee couple of spot welds on it and see if we can hold that bit in there, hold that tight in there, and that way in the future we can just drill a wee hole in it and make a little square for the panel. And obviously you can see we've penetrated, always good. So we've come through with the welds. You don't want to go too daft, because what happens just even with the flat disc and stuff, it warps all the panel. So there'll be 2 ton of filler in it just to take all the dents out of the warps. Right, so we're waiting on a shock absorber for Polo. So we've tackled that bit there, so it's still wet with paint. So there's a bit on the inside, doing that, and that's been painted as well. All this still needs to be painted. Buffed it all down, but that needs to be painted. I've had to take a wee bit off of here, so I've had to flap disc this little bit off, and I just need to take a little tiny bit just there. It's just stopping it, so I'll maybe just take that back, just buff it there, just so that bit goes up nice, and then we're nearly there. It's much better now. There it was hitting, you could see it was hitting, you could see where it been hitting on the, because I had painted it, you could see where it been scraping off, so we've taken a bit away there and just that wee bit there, and then that'll go up and that'll sit nice. I'll bolt the door on and I'll put some holes in it and some self tappers and see if we can get it in place.